Hey, what's going on, everybody? Retro J with Retroception here, and the day is finally here. This beautiful, beautiful handheld was delivered to me today. I have been waiting so, well, not so patiently, but just been waiting to get this into my hands. The AYN Thor. This is the black version. It is the max version, so we have 16 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte of internal storage, and AYN is always fantastic when it comes to their presentation. And not only do we have the device, but I'm also going to share the Thor TPU grip, the Thor TPU shell, and this beautiful case that is made to be able to fit the device with the grip attached. So let's do a quick unboxing here, and then we will go through how the device looks. We will try all of the accessories. I'll do a quick size comparison with this beautiful piece of machinery here, the Retroid Pocket Flip 2, with this awesome SNES sticker here, because anybody who knows me knows if there is a way to make one of these devices look like a retro system, I'm going to find it. All right, let's get into this here. All right, AYN Thor Max version. Now, when it comes to what you want internally with this system, I'm one that does like to have the max specs. I do like having that extra internal storage because it does alleviate the need to have a micro SD card. You can, of course, add one to give yourself that much extra storage. But when it comes to things like putting HD texture packs, when you scrape all of your box art, any type of metadata you have, like your videos, like preview videos for your, anytime you scroll through your games on your front end, that's all normally going to be saved to your internal storage unless you specifically say you want it to go onto your SD card. So let's see here. What do we got up top here? We just have a couple of pieces of paper here. So a little instruction sheet there letting you know what buttons do what. Then you have the system parameters sheet here. If you want to see all of the specs, go ahead and pause the video there and you can take a look at it. Really quick, we'll run down the important parts here. The screen, the main screen, 6-inch AMOLED 1080. They got that a little backwards. 1920 by 1080, 120 hertz. Secondary screen on the bottom is 3.92 inches. AMOLED as well, 1240 by 1080. That is a 60 hertz panel. That is the Thor Base, Pro, and Max. If you get the Thor Lite, you are looking at literally the exact same thing. So the screen is the same between the two. The processor for the Base, Pro, and Max, you are looking at an 8 Gen 2, which is the same processor that was in all of the Odin 2 devices. So the Odin 2, the Odin 2 Mini, the Odin 2 Portal all had the 8 Gen 2. Fantastic compatibility with the turnip drivers to be able to run your secret console. And you can do turnip drivers on PSP, you can do them on 3DS. And it's something you just go around and play with to find which one works the best for you. If you go with the Thor Lite, you are going to be rocking the Snapdragon 865, which is the same chip that is in the Retroid Pocket 5 and the Retroid Pocket Flip 2. So yeah, all of the other things there, active cooling, of course. Battery, 6,000 milliamp hours. Charging speed is 27 watts. Connectivity for the Thor Base, Pro, and Max, you're looking at Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 5.3. On the Lite, you're looking at Wi-Fi 6 and, let's see, Bluetooth 5.1. And you do have USB 3.1 Type-C and a 3.5 millimeter audio jack on both. The video output, you can plug this device into a TV or a monitor. And for the Base, Pro, and Max, the display will be 4K at 60 frames. And for the Lite, it'll be 1080p. Both are running Android 13, and they weigh the same 380. Let's see, is that 380? Yeah, 380 grams. Okay. So yeah, that's the specs you get there. And safety tips. Yeah, whoever wants to read those. Okay, here it comes. Here we go. Let's get this out of here. That little piece of foam there. And here is this. Let's see what we got here. Quality control approved. Awesome. Okay. And let's pull this guy out of here. Oh, just feeling that. Oh my gosh. Okay. So right here, this is going to be your charging cable. And AYN branded USB-C to USB-C. I'm sure we all have plenty of those, so we're not really running low on any of those. And that's it for the box. Nothing underneath, I'm assuming. Nope, that is it. Okay, so we can close that bad boy up. Let's put that back in there. Awesome. Okay, here we go. The AYN Thor. Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry, I'm totally nerding out right now. But the matte finish on this is fantastic. I mean, I'm sure there is going to be fingerprints, and you know what? That's just a price you pay with a lot of these devices. On the back, AYN branding. Got this little ribbed feeling here. You do have our fan here, and we have the exhaust up top. L1 and R1, fairly clicky, but not like it's Ambernick loud. L2 and R2. And so let's see here. Let's hold it. Yeah, those are not bad at all. They're really not bad. That's one of the biggest gripes people have been having about this device, about the thumbsticks being small and people not liking the thumbsticks. I'm not seeing an issue with it. Okay, gonna hold off, open it up here. Let's bring the Retroid Pocket Flip 2 in. Now, let's see here. All right, let's give this a little above here. Top down. All right. So the Thor is a little bit wider. And let's see here. Let's stand them up here. I would say the Pocket Flip. Geez. The thickness, I would say it's pretty. Wow. That's like neck and neck on the thickness. Okay. Yep. The Flip 2 has it a little bit. If you look at the shoulder button or the trigger buttons there, the Flip 2 does win that category a little bit in thickness. It is a little bit thicker, but it's really not bad at all. Put them together there, and yeah, you can see it's really not a huge difference. Well done, AYN. Well done. All right, put that aside. Now, are we ready for this? We are opening this for the first time. Oh. And let's take this off. Oh my word. Look at this. Wow. There's really no words. L3 and R3, nice and clicky. ABXY, face buttons, typical. Not too clicky. Not silent, but not too clicky. Start and select up at the top here. really not clicky buttons. It's a nice little soft feeling. I like that. Then down here we got back and home. I really like the like very low sound of those. And then we've got our button that brings up the TCC, the Thor Control Center. A little bit clicky, but at least you know you're hitting it. Down on the bottom here, got our SD card slot. We've got our 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, USB-C for charging and video out, power here on the bottom, and then volume plus and minus. D-pad, got a little clickiness to it, but not gonna be upset about that. The ergonomics, I mean, I think it feels good. I mean, you really compare this to, you find yourself comparing it to a 3DS, like a new 3DS XL. But if we have this here, and then we have the Retroid Pocket Flip 2, and here, let's go ahead and turn that off there. Yeah, when they're opened, and yeah, definitely noticeable. And you got 5.5 inch against, oh, sorry, against the 6-inch top screen on the Thor. So, I mean, it's not, just mid-range, top of the line. I mean, it's fantastic. What I wouldn't give for this to have this colorway. Oh, I would have tossed a couple more $100 just to get that colorway. All right. Now, you know what? Before we turn it on, let's pull this out here. We've got the Thor TPU grip. And we do have it in black. Uh-oh. Went beast mode there on the box there. And let's see here what we got here. Looks like they give you little stickers to, like, if you want to leave the case on permanently, to like stick it there. Sorry if you guys hear the little barking. My Chihuahua is not too happy that I have closed the door to the studio, so she can't get in here with me. All right, look at that. All right. Flexibility. Never go wrong there. It's nice having that flex so you're not worried if you put too much pressure on it, you're going to break it or whatnot. All right. Slide this bad boy in here. Yeah. So you do that, and yes, those D-pad games definitely gives it a lot better feel. And then, of course, your joystick centric games. Oh yeah, that's fantastic. All right, so we got that there. That is the TPU grip. Now we have the Thor TPU shell, and this is very much like what you would get with your Nintendo 3DS. The clear protective shell that you would put over it. And oh, what is this? Oh, okay, it's just the top and bottom. Okay. For a second, I thought it was the screen protectors. I wonder if the screen protectors are going to be inside the case, because I did order the screen protectors as well. All right, pull that out of there. All right, yeah, not a hard shell, which I actually like. I like it that it's not a hard shell. Now, let's take this bad boy out of here. Go ahead and toss this on there. Nice. And I'll put this over here. All right. Very nice. And then, yeah, the gap really isn't bad. And you can see in there, but you definitely see it's because it's touching this lip right here. So it does give protection to that 6-inch AMOLED screen. So that's great. I cannot complain about that at all. So TPU shell with the TPU grip. Let's see. Uh-oh. Well, that's what happens when we do videos unedited, right? Just get some fun little things happening. All right. So TPU grip with the TPU shell on the device. Oh yeah, that's great. Full protection for your device. I love it. All right. One more. Got the case. All right, let's see here. I love the feel. Oh, that feel to that case is fantastic. Awesome. Always having that AYN branding. AYN on the zipper as well. And yeah, there's the 2 screen protectors. I will not apply those on camera because that can definitely tend to make things difficult, and I would like to make those the perfect application the first time. So we got in here, we got our poison. Yep, there we go. All right. So nice little overlap on the netting there. So you can put like your, say, a stylus in here and a charging cable, and it'll just flip right over. So like when you're carrying your case, it doesn't flop out. So that's awesome. All right, device with the shell, with the grip in the case. Yes. Oh. Fantastic. So great. Okay. So we got all that good stuff done there. So let's put that to the side. I'm gonna open this up. Let's go ahead and power on here. I'm not going to do too much in the way of showing like gameplay or anything on this right now. I am going to use this as my daily driver for a couple of days, and then I will do a full-on review. All right, so got the device all set up and ready to go here. And we've got the emulators all set up. I'm going to show you guys how to get your dual screen emulators all set up so you can get going with your Nintendo DS, 3DS, and Wii U gaming on your dual screen device. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So what we are going to do here is we are going to start out by going to our emulators folder here, and we are going to go into MelonDS. Now, with all 3 of these emulators we're going to work with today, the MelonDS and the Cemu emulators are forks of the official emulators that have the dual screen capabilities in them. And then Azahar does have the dual screen capabilities into their mainstream app. Now, I will put all 3 of the links to these apps in the description below, so you can just go right to the GitHub page and get those downloaded. So, in here with MelonDS, what we are going to do is when you first download MelonDS, it is going to show you a page. It's not going to have any games listed. It's just going to say it needs you to point it to a ROMs folder. So you're going to hit the link, and it's going to take you directly to where you need to go. But here is just, since I already have the ROM list set up, I go into search directory. What you're going to hit these 3 lines up in the left corner. And your 2 options here, the top option is going to be your internal storage. And then the second option is going to be your memory card. So wherever place you have your ROM set up, you go into that folder. Then you're going to go down and find the ROMs folder. And then you will go and find your Nintendo DS or NDS folder. There we go. NDS. So we'll select that there. And it's going to have your whole list of games. You're going to hit use this folder, allow, and it's going to populate everything for you. It will take you out to the main page, and you will have a listing of all your games. So that part is all done, and everything will be good to go with your game. So to set up the dual screen emulation, hit the three dots up at the top. You will hit Settings. You're going to go down to Video. And while you're in here, what you can do with Renderer, I would go ahead and select it for OpenGL. That is going to give you the option for increasing their internal resolution. If you just do software, that will not give you the option to do the internal resolution increase. So stay with OpenGL there. If you happen to run any stutters, you can always experiment and put it on software and see if it does any better for you. But as a general rule, stay with OpenGL. All right, first thing you're going to want to do now, when it comes to the Thor, your internal screen is going to be your top screen. Your external screen is going to be the bottom screen. So what we want to do is we want to set the external screen to bottom screen. And then with your internal screen layout, I already have one set up, but what we're going to do here, we're going to edit here. We just have it as the one blue screen. So basically what you do is when you first do it, it's all that's going to be there is default. So then what you'll do is you'll hit this plus sign up on the top. You'll have these two screens. First thing you want to do is just hit the red square and you're going to hit delete. So we're just gonna get rid of that red square because that's going to end up being the secondary screen, and we already set that with the previous setting. So now with this, you're going to tap on the blue screen, and this slider for height, I want to slide that all the way over so both the height and the alpha are at the highest. In this situation, you cannot increase the width. It's not going to let you. So the only other thing you're going to want to do is hit center vertically and center horizontally. That's it. That's all you got to do. So then all you're going to do is hit back. And I already have this set up, so I'm going to hit exit without saving, but you will hit exit and save. And then the default will come up and say my layout. That's just what I kept it as. So as you can see, if you go into edit, that is what my layout is. That's exactly what you guys are going to have. So what you will do is hit save and exit, and you will back out of there. And so that is going to be all set. You don't have to do anything else in here. When it comes to DS internal resolution, this is a 1080p screen. So normally I say 5x. If you go to 6x, that's above 1080. There's really no point. So I'd say 5x is a good place to stay. So that is going to be everything set up for you there. Then the other thing you want to do is go to input. And if the show soft input is turned on, you want to turn that off. Showing soft input is going to have your controls on the screen. And since we already have these lovely controls down here, we do not need the controls on the screen. So if it is turned on, turn that off. So if you see it on like that, just hit it and turn it off and it'll be all good. So then on top, you'll hit key mapping. And this is where you're going to set all your keys. Now, the original Nintendo DS and the 3DS and also the Wii U gamepad, those button mappings are all set up the exact same way as these are. It is the Japanese or Switch layout. So A is going to be on the right, B is on the bottom, Y is on the left, X is on top. So when you map your keys, you literally just go so A is button A, B is button B. It's all going to be the same. So left with the DS, it did not have a stick. So when it says left, right, up, down, that's going to be your D-pad. L and R will just be your bumper buttons there. And push the start and select. And here, we do not need to set anything for swap screens because the screens are all going to be set. So what I think is a cool thing to do is you can hit quick save. You can set that to your R3, your right thumbstick button, and load save you can put to L3. So that's just a quick save and a quick load. That's always good to have. And that is it. That's all the settings we got to worry about. So we're just going to back out here. Let's go into my go-to when it comes to testing here. We are going to find New Super Mario Bros. I don't know why a couple of these are doubled here. And let's get, there we go. And there's our dual screen. So let's see here. Okay, not sure why that's not working there. Let's give this another shot here. Go into settings. Let's go ahead and remap here real quick, just to be safe. A, B, X, Y, left, right, up, down, L, R, start, select. All right, let's do that. Let's go back out in the game here. Yep, there we go. So just had to, with all the different settings we did, just had to remap. So yeah, let's go up here and to start the game. And yeah, there's just the fun little intro here, and won't have you guys sit through all the intro. You can see the buttons work. Dual screen is good. So that is DS. That's Nintendo DS. We're all set to go. So we just slide in from the left. We can hit exit, and we're good to go. So we can back out here. And next, let's go and do Azahar. All right. And setting up Azahar is actually quite a bit easier. Same thing when it comes to adding your emulators. You'll go through the whole setup when the app first starts. It'll walk you through. It's very self-explanatory. And it'll tell you where to go to set up your ROM files and everything. So no worries about that. Really self-explanatory. Okay, when it comes to button mapping, again, everything is exactly the same. That is the way it's listed. So you can do those there for the button mapping. Now, we're going to go to layout. Now, screen orientation, landscape. We want landscape screen layout. We want single screen. Landscape screen layout, single screen. All right. Then secondary display, which again, secondary display on the Thor is your bottom screen. So we want to go into secondary layout, set it as bottom screen. Aspect ratio, that's completely up to you. I just leave it on default. And that's it. That's all we got to do. So we're setting up the landscape screen layout as single screen. Then we're going to secondary screen layout, secondary display screen layout, bottom screen. That is it. Then if you want to go into graphics, with this one here, graphics, I would stay at Vulkan. If something doesn't run right and you want to experiment a little bit, you can definitely go to OpenGL and see what works best for you. When it comes to internal resolution, 4X is normally fine. There are some games that will have a few stutters when it comes to 4X. So normally a safe bet is to stay about 3. If you want to ever experiment and go up to 4, have at it. But we'll go ahead and keep it at 3 for this little test here. So let's go out here. We'll go into games. Let's go and find another trusty testing game here. All right. And if that ever does happen and you go, now what happened? There we go. So if that ever does happen, say you start it up and you have the TCC here, the Thor Control Center, that's ever up and the game starts. If you hit the AYN button here, that will take it to the actual screen. It might restart. So just if you want to get out of the TCC, just hit your AYN button and just open up your game and it will be good to go. And boom, just like that, we have our dual screen 3DS. And this one I did already start and have a saved game here. So let's go in here. And when it comes to the 3DS, you can use either the D-pad or the thumbstick. And man, this is just the nostalgia of this stuff. Okay, this thing's just not staying still enough. Okay, there we go. So I'm just gonna run around and get us. Oh, that Goomba took our coin hat. All right, it's all good. Okay, so that's that. So to get out of 3DS, we'll hit our back button here, scroll down to close game, and that's it. you are set up with 3DS on Azahar. All right, so let's go to home. Actually, let's open up 3DS. And let's go to Wii U. And a good old trusty one for Wii U, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD. My favorite Zelda game of all time. I could play this thing over and over again. I always have a hard time deciding if I want to do Wii U Wind Waker HD or if I want to stay with it on GameCube and just use the HD textures, because the HD textures make it look just as good, if not better, than the HD version on the Wii U. So, as you can see, we've got both screens going there. And so what we're going to do here, you will hit the back button. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I have it set up on here. So what you're going to do, you're going to hit Show Pad, which I already have these checked. But yeah, so if you take away the Show Pad, it's going to take that away. So you want to make sure Show Pad, and then you want to, let's see. Why does that keep? There we go. Show Pad, and then you want external pad screen checked as well. That is going to be what you want to be activated for this game here. So, all right, and then we'll just go ahead and put link in there. Oh, did I hit the wrong button? I think I hit the wrong button. Done. Start. There we go. And when it comes to this, you can hit you give it a little bit to get past these first couple of text screens here. You can hit start. You know what? I might not have the buttons binded. You know what? Let's do this. Show input overlay. And hit plus there. Just to show you guys that this is set up here. There we go. So you've got the screen here. Let me turn the overlay off. Game screen here. And what you would see on the Wii U gamepad down here on the second screen. So that is Wii U. So once again, let's go over this. Show pad and external pad screen. Those are the two that you want selected to have your dual screen Wii U. Game on top, what you would see on the gamepad on the bottom. That is it. So let's exit out of there. Yes. All right. That is it. So those are your emulators that have the dual screen capabilities. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the AYN Thor. Now, I am going to be testing this for the next week, and then I'm going to give it a good old full-on in-depth review. This one I feel is going to be a long one when it comes to the review because there's so much to go over. There's so much to do with this system. There's so much to show, and I'm going to show you guys where you go to. There's a really cool app that you can get called Obtainium, where you just have access to all of your apps in one place. And I'll show you how to set that up and how to import the 3DS, MelonDS, and Wii U emulators over to that app as well. So we'll have a good time when it comes to the review. I'm also planning on putting out a video showing from start to finish the process of getting your Android emulation device all set up. I will do it on a dual screen device so I can show the dual screen setups as well, because you can do the dual screen setups and the single screen setups. So we can just have it all in one go. That is going to be a substantially long video. That one's going to take a while to get set up. But we are just in the beginning stages of getting this channel going. I really appreciate everybody who has checked out the videos, who has liked and subscribed. If you guys can like and subscribe this video, this has been one I've really been waiting for to put out because it's right alongside with a lot of the other reviews that are coming out. And I just want to make sure you guys get the whole bang for your buck and you know how to set this thing up and get going with those nostalgic memories with that gameplay of those amazing games that we played when we were kids. All right. Thank you again for joining, everybody. Like and subscribe. Check out those links in the description for the 3DS, DS, and Wii U emulators. This is Retro J for Retroception for Goose Smash X. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Keep it retro.